So the next step or the next topic that we have is fundamental steps in digital image processing. Now when I talk of fundamental steps in digital image processing, you will practically see that all these topics which are written over here are nothing but your syllabus topics. So if you try and map your syllabus, your entire syllabus is getting covered in all these topics. So we start from image acquisition, image enhancement, restoration, color image processing, wavelets and multi-resolution processing, image compression, morphological processing, segmentation, representation and description, and object recognition. So all this is practically covering your entire syllabus. So obviously every box that you can see over here is one chapter in your syllabus, and what I am going to do now is just going to give you three line explanation about all these topics. So just please have it in mind that this is, every box in this topic is a chapter for you. Okay. Now you will ask me कि मैम input तो okay, image acquisition, image मिल गया, input मिल गया, output कहाँ पर है? Where's your output? Every box can give you output. Rather, every box gives you the output. So you can decide कि okay, मुझे image compress करके रुक जाना है, मुझे image restoration करके रुक जाना है. It is up to you. मुझे morphological operation ही करना है, मुझे segmentation पे जाना नहीं है, या मुझे image compression भी करना नहीं है. So how you want to deal with your image is totally up to you, because each of this process that you can see in this diagram, the output of every process is going to be your image. Okay. Now, when I talk of this side, I don't get a complete image as an output. Maybe I can get a part of an image or the attributes of the image as an output. You may not understand this statement right now, right in the first lecture, but as we go ahead and as I explain you every topic in detail later on, around 5-6 lectures down the line, you will get what I am trying to tell you right now. Okay. Now, what is image acquisition? The topic itself or the name itself tells you कि image capture करना है. So image capture कहाँ से होगा? Maybe you are having a camera which is capturing an image, or it is an analog device which is capturing an image, and then you are digitizing it. Any sensor is there which is capturing an image. But if the sensor is not in the digital format, or you are having an analog device which is capturing the image, before you can actually process it, you need to have some analog to digital converter. You need to know how to convert an analog image to a digital image, and many times image acquisition also involves some kind of pre-processing of the images. Okay. Then the next topic is image enhancement. What is image enhancement? We typically talk about, getting an image in a better form. So basically, the idea behind enhancement is to bring out the hidden details or highlight a certain feature which is more important to us. It can be anything. Now understand one thing, all the things that we do with the images, many of them are subjective. Why do I make a statement like this? एक फिल्टर जो एक इमेज पे अच्छा लगेगा, वो सेम फिल्टर दूसरे इमेज पे अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. सो एक इमेज एनहांसमेंट टेक्निक जो एक इमेज को अच्छे से एनहांस कर सकता है, सेम टेक्निक दूसरे इमेज को एनहांस नहीं कर पाएगा, उसके लिए कोई दूसरा टेक्निक यूज करना पड़ेगा. So as a person doing image processing, you have to be very aware of this fact that कि enhancement will mean different things for different images. Okay, so you do not have a set of rules saying that कि हर एक इमेज पे ये 4 enhancement techniques apply करो and you will get a same output. ऐसा नहीं होने वाला है. Depending on the nature of the image, the composition of the image, the kind of image, the pixels in the image, how it was captured, what detail is it showing, किस चीज का इमेज है, उस सब पे ये सारे फैक्टर्स डिपेंड करने वाले. ये सारे फैक्टर्स पे which enhancement technique you will use and which enhancement technique will give you a best result, that will depend. Okay. Now image restoration. What is image restoration? Restoration simply means I want to improve something. So जब भी there is some kind of image degradation, उसमें कुछ noise होता है, वो image blur होता है, and आपको उसको restore करना है, then that comes under image restoration. Now you will be confused with the second line. It is based on the mathematical and probabilistic models of image degradation. अभी यहाँ पे image restoration की बात हो रही है, and image degradation क्यों लाया? The reason for that is we first have to understand what is the problem and only then we can correct it. So how is the image degraded? Problem क्या है उसका? Blurring problem है या salt and pepper noise problem है या spike noise problem है? You need to figure that out first and then you will choose how to restore it. So many times whatever are the problems in the images, we try and represent them using some model so that we understand how to treat that image further. The next one is color image processing. As I told you, you have three types of images. One is your black and white image, second one is your grayscale image, and the third one is your color image. So color image में features कैसे extract करोगे? कलर प्रोसेसिंग कैसे करोगे? अगर सेगमेंटेशन करना है तो कलर इमेज का सेगमेंटेशन अलग से कैसे होगा? अगर कंप्रेशन करना है तो ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट इमेज एंड ग्रे स्केल इमेज का कंप्रेशन थोड़ा अलग होगा. कलर इमेज का कंप्रेशन में और कुछ एस्पेक्ट्स कंसिडर करना पड़ेगा. सो व्हाट आर ऑल दोज थिंग्स दैट यू नीड टू थिंक अबाउट? एंड ऑब्वियसली देन यू हैव कलर मॉडल्स. यू हैव अ मॉडल लाइक RGB दैट यू मस्ट हैव हर्ड ऑलरेडी, राइट? RGB stands for red, green, blue. Then you have something which is called as CMY, cyan, magenta and yellow. Then you also have a model which is called as HSV and HSL. So H stands for HUE, S stands for saturation, L stands for lightness and V stands for value. So HSL is one model, HSV is another model. And many such models are there. We are going to see the models when we come to the color chapter. उसके बाद when I wish to represent my images in various degrees of resolution, then wavelets come into picture. Obviously wavelets is a concept that is used in many other concepts like data compression or representation of images in the smaller region. उसके बाद हम लोग आते हैं compression पे. Compression, I think so you all can easily understand that I want to compress the size. I want to reduce the size that is required to store an image. ताकि जब image एक जगह से दूसरे जगह I have to transfer it, a lesser amount of bandwidth is required. That is the basic aim, basic aim in compressing the image. I want to save the storage space and I want to save the bandwidth when I am transferring the images from one place to another place. Now there are two types of image compression. One is a lossy compression, second one is a lossless compression. Now what is this lossy compression and what is this lossless compression? Let us quickly understand. How does compression happen? Let's say I have an image A. I have an image A. Okay. I compress this image by a compression algorithm. So C is my compression algorithm. I get a resultant image which I call as AC. Now I transfer this AC over to someone. Okay. Now let's say there's a person called as Harry and now the Harry has received the image. What has Harry received? Harry has received AC. Now what will Harry do? Harry will use the decompression algorithm. Harry will use which algorithm? Decompression algorithm, and Harry will get AD. That is decompressed image. Let us go through it once again. A was my original image. I passed it through a compression algorithm and I got AC. Now I have transferred AC over the network and Harry has received it. Now what Harry will do? Harry wants to see the image now. Obviously, compressed image cannot be seen. It has to be decompressed. So there's a decompression algorithm that Harry will use, and Harry will get the decompressed image. Okay, ये पूरा compression decompression का process है. Now, if your original image is exactly equal to your decompressed image, that is, if A is equal to AD, it simply means that there was no loss of information in the process of compression and decompression. So this is what we call as lossless compression. कुछ भी loss हुआ नहीं है. Original image में जितना information था उतना ही information decompressed image में भी है. But if your original image is not equal to your decompressed image, then it is called as a lossy compression. That is, there is some loss of information. Okay, so that is lossy and lossless compression. We are obviously going to see different encodings or different methods used in compression in the compression chapter. उसके बाद आता है morphological processing. So whenever I want to extract a component, or I want to extract a particular shape, or I want to blur an image, or I want to remove certain elements in the image, I will perform some kind of morphological operation on it. After that, we have something that is called as segmentation. So segmentation, the word itself tells you that I want to partition the image into different parts or its objects. Okay. उसके बाद आता है feature extraction. So feature extraction में feature detection and description है. So detection says that I should be able to find a feature in an image, in a region, or on the boundary. And feature description says that I want to assign a quantitative attributes to the detected features. So I want to, I want to describe those features. I want to express those features in the terms that my algorithms may be able to use. So there are basically two words. One is quantitative, another one is qualitative. So when I say quantitative, N comes over here, so you will remember that it is related to numbers. Okay, and qualitative, it is related to words. Okay. Now the next thing is image pattern classification. So this process typically assigns the labels to the object based on its feature descriptors. So whatever feature we have detected and we have described them, based on those features, I'll be labeling the object. So for example, if I see a object with 4 wheels, I'll try to detect saying that it is a car. If I see someone who is standing on 2 legs, has 2 hands, a face, a body, then I'll say this is a person. Okay. There are various classification algorithms such as correlation, Bayesian classifiers that will help you to identify and predict the class label for the object. So that's it. This was the topic which was about different fundamental steps in digital image processing. So we went right from image acquisition to object recognition.